I think that example too emphasizes like how important it is to still have an instructional designer like with critical thinking skills like at the helm of this AI ship. It's like, yeah, it's not going to, everything that comes out of these tools isn't going to be a winner. And it still needs someone with expertise who knows what they're talking about, who can kind of, yeah, guide things and, you know, get rid of things and adjust. Like that is still important. So I think that's a lot of the fear too with these new tools. It's like, oh, we're getting replaced. There aren't going to be any more instructional designers. Maybe eventually. We don't, I mean, depending on how this stuff like grows, but I would say for the foreseeable future, we're still going to need the instructional designers.
Because right now, to your point, it can design everything start to finish. Like if you, and I kind of want to do this as a test, but I don't at the same time because I think it would freak people out. So maybe I don't want to do this, but I'm curious about building out an entire AI course using only AI.
That sounds like a great video.
Right. I was like, that's what I want to do. And actually to go through with literally everything. So if I wanted to be able to go from the overall goals to the objectives to the entire outline to the various forms of activities and assessments, and like I could in theory take all of that, put that together, and then even using a type of a, like of a synthetic AI voice as far as for with the videos and finding different ways of incorporating that. Like you could in theory do that. But of course, the huge problem with that is that just because there is something that is a form of a done course or training or whatever, it doesn't mean that it's good. Like,
I think
it's
that would be
there.
the thesis. That's be what you're highlighting. It's like these tools can generate this, but look at how it is. Like, look at the output. It's not amazing.
It's just like anytime you've taken an extremely boring course or training or program and it just fell flat and you didn't feel any energy from it, and there was no, there was none of that in the background that made you actually want to pursue it more after the first day. That's like what I get. It's like, it's done technically, but it's not good. Like it's just, it needs love and care. So you're kind of like,
And I think that's how it's going to shake up the industry a bit. I mean, because, I think there are a lot of like course farms out there where we are generating a lot of like maybe average or, not so great, just e-learning products.
Right.
That's going to be able to be, AI is going to be able to create that like relatively soon with minimal human oversight.
Exactly.
So in those cases where it is like, pretty boring, dry, click next e-learning, AI is coming for that.
I agree. And I mean, that's fine. Like it is.
I think it's good for people overall, everyone except for the people whose like livelihoods depend on churning that out.
Of course.
But I think it does raise the bar, or should, I would hope, raise the bar for what instructional designers are creating.
Yeah, because the stigma around so much about how and this kind of goes into like more debates you see on social media talking about like, oh, anyone can do this, anyone can do that. And it's just like, well, can we actually now take that, as you were saying? Can we really actually showcase our skills and our abilities? Because when instructional design is done right and correctly and given enough time, appreciation, and love, we can design incredible learning experiences. But yeah, if you force us into a pigeonhole and if you give us the deadline of yesterday, then yeah, it's not going to be great. Like facts. So if we can try to be able to, appreciate instructional design more, maybe, this is what I'm hoping, that we appreciate the folks who actually do this for a living more, then maybe we can take our different type of field to that next level.